I feel like a lot of us, or more so me during this time, and maybe you can relate, I was always so stressed out thinking, am I walking in God's will in my life? What can I be doing to be doing that? How do I do it? Am I gonna miss it? Or did I already miss it? Hi, friends, and welcome to Meet You There. I am so excited that you guys are back for another weekly episode. This week's episode is going to be about God's will on your life. I don't know about you, but a lot of times, again, in the beginning of my walk with God, there would be a lot of sermon videos posted on YouTube, social media. If you're scrolling on TikTok or you're scrolling on something, a sermon video snippet will kind of pop up. I can't tell you how many times I would go to YouTube during my time of learning more about God and what my so-called purpose was through God. So I would go and I would look up all these videos, or sometimes they would just pop up. And most of the time, they were titled, How to Walk in Your Calling. Are you following God's will in your life? It was always either one of those. It was just always something about you following God's will or the calling on your life. So during those times that I would be watching those sermon videos, a lot of the times at the end of the video, it never helped me. It always made me feel worse. And also, before I keep the video going, I do just want to say if there's ever something that I say that isn't true to you or you don't think is true, that's okay. Just ignore me. Keep going on about your life. This podcast is about everything that I can think of that I want to talk about that has to do with God and life. And like I said, everything else. But it's more so just about my walk with God and the things that I learned and the things that He put me through. Everybody's life is different, everybody's walk is different. I just want to share mine so that other people can either relate or teach me more things. So, with that being said, again, if there's anything I say that you do not agree with, just ignore it. So, back to what I was saying about the sermon videos, and this is what I find true now that I wish I could have been able to know then, but I didn't. And I can't even tell you guys how many sermon videos that I watched late into the night or in the car or when I would get home from work, trying to figure out what God's calling was on my life. It doesn't matter how many sermon videos you watch, God's will on your life is not hidden. In that time, I was making God more so kind of, I guess, like a puzzle that I was trying to figure out instead of a daily relationship with Him. And I guess, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the world really puts so much pressure on us. The pressure of like, you're going to be walking in God's will on your life when you get that one career, when you get that one relationship, when you finally get married and have kids, when your kid does something amazing and they're successful, or you become successful, or you start actually getting money coming in, or that business that you've always dreamed about finally like gets up off the ground and now you're known and you're seen. And like there's just so many different things that you can think of. Like you graduate from college and you get your degree. The world puts so much pressure on when that thing happens. That's when it's this big, huge moment. Confetti is flying. Let's play some like beautiful, like dramatic music in the background because you finally did it. You're finally walking in the calling of your life and you made it. But that feeling of constantly like waiting for that big dramatic reveal honestly leaves us all like feeling pretty bad, I would think. I remember like constantly feeling like I am so behind. I should be here. I should be doing this. How at 25 years old am I not at this place? Or at the time I was like 23 and 24. So how at that time am I not, you know, walking in that calling? How is it possible that I'm behind? I also remember thinking so many times too that once these things finally took place, I'll just wait now. I'm gonna just wait for those things to happen. I'm gonna wait for that like huge big reveal, and then I'll start doing these things, and then I'll start planning. It was always just the and then or I'll just wait. And those statements I would say to myself all the time. And they also, I would tell God that all the time, or in prayer, I would always say, like, I guess this is just my moment in times of stillness. So I'm just going to wait until that big moment takes place. Everything that falls will fall into place. And then I'll just know this is it. Wow. It was a constant battle of waiting for that big, huge reveal. But in the moments of waiting for those big reveals, life was still taking place and life was still happening. So I think, and it was hard for me to see it then, but I should have just showed up in those now moments instead of constantly doing things in my day to day to lead to that like big reveal, big moment, and the feeling inside that I would know that that was it and that was my calling and that was my will. I wasn't appreciating the day to day. I was just waiting for the future me to show up. I wanted the future me. I wanted that like super successful, knew what she was doing. God was in all of it. My career was going to be amazing. I was going to have that great relationship. It was just all those things that were adding up, and I was constantly waiting for future me. Sometimes, like, I would watch those sermon videos online and I would get emotional. I would cry a lot because I would see that those people who were pastors had this like big moment where everything kind of clicked for them. And I couldn't figure out why I wasn't good enough for that, or why I wasn't worthy enough, or smart enough, or in that certain place in my life for God to give that to me. I wanted that. I wanted that moment that they had. And even in how good those videos can be to others and encouraging to them, they weren't for me. I remember like going to bed crying and thinking, okay, if I just go to sleep and wake up and have a clear mind, all of a sudden I'll know. Like, I'll know what it is. Maybe I had to watch that video to then wake up and know. But that never happened, and it never happened. And at the end, it just always left me even more upset and more sad than when I first watched those videos. So I do just kind of wish that in those videos, they wouldn't always make it seem like you are behind and you should already know what your will is on your life. And if you're watching this video, then you obviously don't know what that will is on your life. So watch this video and it'll lead to you knowing the will on your life. That to me is just that's a little bit of, like, too high of a shelf for people to be able to reach and get because it's not true. And I don't wanna put any of those videos down because somebody else might watch them and something might actually click for them, but my video is for the people out there that watch those videos and they still wake up and they go to work the next day and they still take care of their kids and they still come home to their husband and they still are in school and they still take that exam the next day and this big, huge moment doesn't happen. This video is for those people, and when if I could say anything to you, you are already in the will and the calling of your life. Every single day of your life, when you walk with God at this slow pace that God takes us, you're in the will of in your life. God's calling and will of your life is an everyday relationship with Him. And I think in those waiting moments and asking God for answers and for Him to help show me what the will is on my life from Him, He was really helping define my character in those moments of nothing happening and having to be patient. I was really learning patience and to trust in God even when things aren't happening. He was never in those times preparing the moment that was going to make everything click for me. He was just preparing me. So I think the purpose of this video is going to be me just telling you and telling myself that your will is now. Your moments with God lead to every other little moment of your life. And from the moment of now until He brings you home, that is your will. That is your calling with God. Every single moment that you show up in this life is what your calling is from God. It doesn't finally arrive. It won't all just randomly click. It won't be this big, huge moment where they play all this beautiful music, like I said, and you'll know. Your time is now. It's all about how you love now, how you speak now, what you are doing today, how you are forgiving now, and how you show up in the now, not in 50 years from now. Yes, that matters, but you're not there yet. So everything that leads to those things is in the nows. God's will in your life is not hidden. It's in all of the small little moments. It's graduating, it's studying and spending time with God and praying and asking Him for help and then passing that test. It's showing up at your friend's graduation. It's going to a friend's birthday party. It's buying them a gift that they've always wanted. It's sitting in traffic with God and singing a worship song and feeling His presence. It's seeing an old person crossing the street and helping them. It's seeing an older lady needing help putting her groceries away and helping her. It's going to church on Sunday morning and smiling and seeing everybody and being a little bit more of the change that we need in the world. It's sending a text to somebody and reminding them that God loves them and that He is there for them. It's about forgiving others in a world that desperately needs it right now. It's reading a book that is just so good you don't want to put it down. In all of those moments, you are with God. God is with you. He never leaves you. He never forsakes you. He is in every single little moment. And your entire life is your calling. Your entire life is where you are exactly supposed to be. I think the world just makes it a little bit harder for us to like slow down and look around and enjoy what our life is right now. Every single day, you are becoming somebody that God is calling you to be. You're becoming stronger. You're becoming more confident. You are becoming closer in your walk with God. You are becoming a better friend, a better father, a better mother, a better sister, a better brother, everything. You are becoming everything that God wants you to be. But God is so loving and personal with us. And I know I say that so many times, but He is. He is so loving and personal that He goes slow with us. I don't know about you, but I don't learn going a million miles per hour. I would be exhausted. So before I end the video, I just want to say a couple things. You are not behind. You did not miss anything. You won't miss anything. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Your calling and your will on your life is right now in these moments. Enjoy them. Enjoy the small moments. Who cares what the world says and what social media says about getting to a certain point? You'll never make it. You will miss it. Your life actually starts when this happens or this happens. No, your life started the day you took your first breath and until the day God calls you home. And until then, enjoy all the little moments. Slow down, take a deep breath, and take it in. And this is advice for me just as much as it is for you. I'm going to start saying or switching out my words better. And I think I'm going to start saying, instead of saying, God, am I in your will? Am I walking in the will of my life? And I think I want to just start asking God, am I being present with you today? And if not, can you please show me and please help me do that? I know sometimes things are a lot easier said than done, but I am definitely going to work on being more present in my day to day and showing up in the nows and not the future me. I am going to let my future me go and I will get there when I'm supposed to get there and I'm just going to be present in the todays. So I don't know if that's even a correct statement, be present in the todays, but we're going to make it one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helped. I hope you know that you are so loved by God and just enjoy the beautiful, slow moments of life. I will see you guys next week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and help out my channel. If you want to donate, click the link in my bio on, I guess, whatever social media you can find, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. I don't think TikTok has it, but I don't know what they've got going on. You've got to have like a certain amount of followers and stuff to be able to put stuff in your bio. But like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to donate, click the link in my bios on my social media platforms. And just know that that money goes towards traveling to hear people's stories. Because money does not grow on trees. If you want to donate, please do so. It goes towards traveling to people and also making Meet You There better. So, yes, thank you again. I hope you guys have a beautiful week and go enjoy your little moments.